Susie, it's okay.
Unless it's the first reading of Susie.
First, city building.
Not necessary.
Like actually work. You would go with me.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, but just.
Sure did.
Well, umpires agreed to say they didn't. All, St. Louis
He's
team?
a pretty good at change direction.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yep.
I got no
Where is it?
I thought it would. That's what he wanted.
First the E, then the,
Oh,
But
which you're right, it is very true. It's our first name. Just makes it out. Yeah, she is. And I call it out. Sometimes we'll stuff.
But maybe they did. Maybe he's in that second chance. Okay. Third chance. That's what it was.
Hey.
How's it going up there?
It's going.
Doing some producing.
yes.
Not really at the moment. Kind of just observing the practice. Okay.
Say that a little bit louder, something like that.
However, and the.
Was it because I was No, I was laughing. I was
You seen the Pirates game?
Yeah. This is like a Pirates group chat thing.
Is it too easy for me to live in the food? It's really good.
It's funny because I had something Richard, like,
The raccoons in my.
and then before I saw it on Twitter, it was like, there was a fan that called it a foul ball.
I think that's right.
Yeah. And I was like, that always makes me nervous. And
Yeah. The note said.
That's the next book.
Did you see the video?
Yeah, I did.
So, like, a very far away one, but it's pretty crazy. It's a long way down.
We will.
Are you just talking about the fan that fell in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Wait, I literally just saw it.
Yeah.
Yikes.
My initial was.
It kind of looked like he was jumping.
That's right.
No, he was flopping too much.
I'm sorry.
It did kind of thing jump.
Flopping after he went here?
No.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the video, I just saw this. Oh, it does kind of look crazy.
It looked like he hopped and kind of pushed himself over.
Oh, it was pushed.
Couldn't push it.
Pittsburgh fan?
Yeah.
That's good as a fight.
Sorry. Pushed. 2 days in a row.
Shit.
questions for Carlos? Michelle?
Carlos, what ultimately do you think was the outcome of this ball game? What was what decided it?
I mean, there's a lot of different parts of the game that, you could look back and not getting the big hit, and they got the big hit, especially with 2 outs. We created some chances and we couldn't come through. I think that's, you could make a case for that. We created a lot of traffic and we just came out short.
Is there anything that you're consistently seeing from Stanek?
Maybe not being able to put hitters away. He gets ahead. But honestly, the ball is not bouncing his way. It's kind of like when hitters are, in the middle of a slump where they're hitting balls hard and they're not falling. Like today, he got a ground ball at third base. He got a ground ball that somehow gets through. Broken bat, he's a double, soft single, like stuff locked right now. So stuff is good, and like I said, he just got to continue to fight through it.
Tony?
Were you surprised they didn't overturn that Winker ball? It looked like it hit his foot pretty clearly.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's tough to tell, especially from our angle, but at least they got together, and, I don't know. I got to go back and see if he hit him or not, but, yeah, it's not reviewable, so.
What did you think about the job Waddell did?
Unbelievable, for him to go back out for the 7th and, still it's a 1-0 ball game there. Makes his pitches, kept them off balance, in and off to miss barrels, up and in, change-ups down and away. I thought he was really, really good.
Peter?
Just what's going on with Danny Young?
Yeah, so he's been dealing with forearm for a few weeks now, and we've been trying to monitor him and things like that, but lately he was having a hard time recovering. We did an imaging this morning, and it showed the sprained ligament. So he's got a sprain there, and we got doctors taking a look at him and then see what we got.
Tim?
How bad of a sprain is that?
It's an injury there, so we got to see what we're dealing with.
Is Tommy John being discussed?
He's on the table, yes.
Manny?
Just back to the game. I noticed a couple of runners were kind of teasing Corbin Burns, for lack of a better term. Is that something you guys saw on the scouting report from him about
Teasing him in what way?
Like Jeff McNeil was on first once, and he kept
Yeah, no.
and then Soto kind of forced him to
Yeah, maybe, so some of the things that Antoine, as a first base coach, is talking to the base runners, and maybe it's that momentum lead and, but nothing, he was just trying to get a jump there, so.
Dan, on the left.
I know we asked you about Soto before the game. Any sense that he's pressing or doing anything differently than when he normally does?
Not really. I mean, 113 off the bat, first at bat, then he goes the other way. Not really. I haven't seen any indications of him getting frustrated or very good at batting the 9th. So I feel like he's in a good place.
Andy?
With a lefty in the bullpen, would you use Budo maybe if you had a lefty matchup spot because of the changeup, or how would you navigate that?
Like moving forward, you're talking about today's
moving
specific?
forward. Sorry, not a game.
Yeah, we got some righties there that they can get lefties out. Whether it's the Budo, Brasov, and Rick Garrett for sure. Kranik's been doing a really good job, so we feel good with our options. So now we got to decide, what's the next move here. But we feel good with our righties' ability to get left-handed hitters out.
Tony? Anybody else? All right, thank you, Carlos.